Hello everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of r/MaliciousCompliance. My name's Ryan, the official host here on Reddit Voice, and I look forward to bringing you guys today's top stories. Before I do, however, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button, as well as make sure you got notifications turned on, that way you could stay up to date with all the latest and the greatest. Put me on production, destroy a work culture, and watch me chill on a couch doing nothing. And you can't do anything about it. I worked graveyards in a large furniture warehouse preparing furniture for the drivers for next day deliveries. Each prepper was responsible for prepping 2 bays for delivery. To prep the furniture, we would unbox all the furniture, put feet on couches, hardware on dressers, build dining room chairs, and make repairs. The culture was to prep your bay, and when you finished, you helped the next bay and snowballed until everyone was finished. Then you'd hop on a cherry picker and get last-minute additions to replace damaged furniture. This place decided to implement a production standard. You were given an allotted amount for each action down to the nut and bolt. If you added up your allotted time and you finished early, you got a 10-cent an hour bonus, equaling 80 cents a day. Also, this was to prevent you from helping other bays, as you weren't allotted time for others' work. Malicious compliance. Sweet, sweet malicious compliance, what everyone came here for. I was efficient and didn't waste any movements. I would blast through my bay, add up all the allotted time, and see that I finished 2 hours earlier than I was allotted. Rather than turn in my sheet and get 80 cents extra for the day, I sat on a comfy couch at the end of my bay and did nothing until my allotted time was up. I remember when the manager drove by and said, "We need you to go help X and get damages." I just looked at my watch and then my beautifully prepped bay and said, "I'm still prepping my bay." Put my headphones in and leaned back while he looked completely shocked. There was nothing they could do as I was still on the clock for my bay. I saw it more beneficial to get paid for 2 hours of doing nothing than get 80 cents to work my ass off. Douche gets more than he wanted, complains, then less than he wanted. I've worked in bars for years, and this has to be one of the best F yeah moments of my life. I've worked with this guy who was always on it. Super smart, never lost for words, very funny, and genuinely one of the most professional bartenders I've ever worked with. This was an exceptional night. We worked 2 to a station on really busy nights, like 3 to 4 deep kind of night, so I had a front row seat to this gem. Greasy douchebag is walking in front of our station with his elbow on the bar, not facing us. Getting a little annoyed that he's blocking people, getting served, Sam taps him on the arm. "Hey man, you want anything?" "In a sec, mate," as he shoos him off and continues greasing on his drunk girl. Starting to change his attitude, Sam quips back. "You're blocking people from the bar, man. Shit or get off the pot." Ooh, I start to slow down. Where's this going? Greasy douchebag face screws up and looks Sam up and down. "Gimme a Coke," he barks with no manners. Sam whips a glass behind his back and catches it with his left hand, ice in the glass, glass on the bar, and throws a straw in the air as he pours the Coke from the soda gun. $2.50, thanks. As Sam spins around and enters it into the till. Douchebag is staring at the drink now. "What is this?" "A Coke, as you asked." Sam said it with impatience and vex. "That's not what I asked for," he responded. "If I wanted ice, I would have asked for ice." Pushing the glass back at Sam. Sam picks up the glass with both hands and did something that I was not expecting. He apologized. "You're so right. I'm so sorry. How stupid of me. Let me fix that for you." Sam grabs the soda gun, pours Coke all over the bar counter. The douche jerks his arm away, not because he notices it, but because his shirt is getting wet. His anger palpable. "If you wanted a fucking glass, you would have asked for one," Sam spouts as he throws a straw in the puddle, turns his back, walks off, and flips the bird. Smug guy wants to order for the table, so I make sure he gets his wish. I worked as a server for a small brand, new family-owned restaurant. The place was one step below white tablecloth and had a bar on one side with the restaurant on the other. The owners were awesome and provided industry professionals to train us on how to best treat a customer and maximize our tips. As an example of how effective this training was, on opening day I dropped an entire tray of drinks down a woman's back, yet this family returned several more times and would only let me serve them. Owner brought them a parka the first time they returned. One technique we were taught was to establish who was paying from social cues and make sure they're happy. If a couple comes in and you believe the man is paying, make the woman feel like a queen. When it's time to pay, she'll likely encourage a higher tip. Incredibly effective. As I finished taking an order, I noticed a family of 4 being sat in my section and stopped by immediately to introduce myself. My assessment is this. Husband and wife, very nicely dressed. Their beautiful early 20s daughter, my age, and what I gather is her boyfriend wearing a suit and tie. Dad's very clearly paying, but aspiring businessman here interrupts mom when she's ordering her drink to inform me he'll be ordering for the table. If looks could kill, the father would have taken out this young man and probably 10 people in the bar area. Oh, buddy, your night is not going the way you thought. Every time I returned to the table, I would face him, only look and talk to him, turning my back to the father. Daughter asked for something, I don't remember what, and without ever acknowledging her, I asked him, "May she have that?" He barely stammered out a yes. When I brought the bill, I said it right in front of him. They hung around for a while, and I continued to check in and refill drinks when the bill remained untouched. I think Dad was making him sweat. Eventually, Dad grabs the bill and puts his card in. I brought back the receipt and thanked the young man for coming in and walked away. I was returning from another table when they were getting up from the table, and the young guy moved to the door at a speed that made lightning look slow. The other 3 were all smiles, and the dad looks across the dining room and mouthed, "Thank you." I gave him a smile and nodded and continued on my way. The tip amount is a number I don't remember, but I know it was really good. Really good. It must have been a small wedding because I never received an invite. From the comments and a few PMs, I'd like to make a few comments myself. 1. You were rude. Yeah, absolutely. The situation could have blown up in spectacular fashion. I took a chance, not thinking of the potential downsides, and luckily, I came out just fine. 2. In my culture, this is expected. I'm aware of that, and had the young man been respectful, I would have gone along with it. It was not my intention to disrespect cultural norms, rather to put a smug buffoon in the spotlight. 3. How is this malicious compliance? Judging by the replies, upvotes, and this post still being up, I'm guessing at least 3 people think it is. Owner refused to let me do jury duty. This was back in the 80s, my first job working as a maintenance man at a local hotel. I'd been working there part-time since I was 16, and when I turned 18, I got a notice to attend jury duty. I picked a week and I let my boss know. The owner of the hotel found out. He was always completely unreasonable and a jerk to all the employees. He sees me in the hallway and tells me that I need to do whatever it takes to get out of jury duty because he needs me at the hotel that week for a large dog show, clogged drains, etc., and if I'm not at work, I'm fired. When I get to jury duty, day 1, I get selected to do a week-long trial. The judge asks jurors if there's any reason we cannot serve on the jury. They go around. When they get to me, I'm nervous. I've never been in court before, and I'm too scared to lie. I tell the judge that the owner of the business I work at will fire me if I'm not back today, and I said I needed to do everything I can to get out of jury duty or I'm fired. Other than that, I'm fine serving. The judge looks pissed. The judge has me approach the bench, asks for the name of the owner, location, etc. Then he hands the court officer a paper and says something to the officer. Then my alarm goes off and ruins the recording. Yeah, I'm recording this so early that my alarm to wake up just went off. Normally I'm recording these things at like 4:30 in the morning though, so I guess it's a step up. About an hour later, still selecting a jury, the officer returns with the owner, visibly shaken, in handcuffs, and walked to the front of the judge's bench. The owner standing in front of the judge asks him questions which he apologetically tries to worm out of. Then the judge, looking even more pissed, instructs him that I will be here for jury duty, I will serve as long as I need to, and he should not do anything to retaliate against me. And that the judge is filing charges and will be instructing the clerk to check with me regularly, and if, for any reason, I am fired or face disciplinary action at work, he will hold the owner in contempt, violation of a court order, etc. A bunch of legal stuff. He'll spend time behind bars thinking about how important jury duty really is. Then the judge made him apologize to me in court. I made it onto the jury, and I served the week. I reported back to work the following week. I expected some blowback, but I never got fired. None of my shifts were changed, and I got paid for my time in jury. I didn't ask why I got paid. The clerk did check back a few times, and I was told to call the judge's clerk direct phone number if anything happened. It was awesome. I felt pretty much bulletproof and worked until I saved enough to go back to school. And there you have it, folks. 4 quick MCs to give you the bee's knees. If you like these stories, be sure to leave a like on the video as well as subscribe with notifications turned on. That way you could stay up to date with all the latest and greatest we have here on the channel. As always, my name's Ryan, the official host here on Reddit Voice, uploading just about every single day, and I look forward to seeing you guys in tomorrow's video.